Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Friday, July the 19th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. Well, Brandon has today off, so we are joined by meteorologist Kelly McShane. And Kelly, yesterday was tolerable. We had some late afternoon rain showers here in Hazard, but today it's supposed to be hot.
Yes, like you said, Will, yesterday, tolerable. Today, not so much. We're going to see those temperatures get pretty hot this afternoon, but right now we're dealing with a little bit of fog throughout the region. I'll go ahead and take you to a few cameras this morning. Whitesburg not looking too bad this morning, but within the next few hours, a little bit of that thick fog could roll in, but at least we are dry. But unfortunately, because we are dry, our skies are going to be clear, and that is what is going to help those temperatures soar this afternoon. And we are already off to a warm start. Low 70s to mid 70s across the region. Heat indices near the triple digits. I will have those hot details in my full forecast in just a little bit.
All righty, Kelly, we're definitely going to have to take some heat precautions today for sure. Now, while people are taking advantage of the sunshine and warm temperatures, it is important to remember to stay cool. Whether you are working in construction or playing at the park, doctors want to remind people that the heat can cause health issues. So they are asking everyone to take the proper precautions so that heat exhaustion can be avoided.
During the summer months, you really need to pace yourself if you're doing a lot of outdoor activities, particularly construction workers. I have a patient in the hospital now. He's in with heat stroke. You can have symptoms such as muscle cramps, aches, confusion, dizziness. These are all signs and symptoms of a heat stroke.
Dr. Jones also says when you are outside to make sure to take breaks in the shade or indoors. Well, heavy rainfall flooded several communities in Knox County again. Community officials say they were called out early Thursday morning after many roads were washed out, cars were damaged, and several homes were flooded. Homeowner Donna Langford lives along Highway 225 and says water coming off a mountain hits her home first, making her fear every time it rains.
The water has nowhere to go but just down, and it's bringing all the creek rock, as you can see, all over my yard, what was in my house.
County officials say no injuries were reported and no one had to be rescued. Well, Pikeville City Police are asking the public for help finding Barry Miller, a Pike County man who has been on the run since March. Police say Miller attacked his neighbor with an axe following an argument. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more.
Police officers in Pike County say a disagreement between neighbors.
Neighbors are going to have disputes. Property lines are going to cause disputes. Barking dogs are going to cause disputes.
Took a turn earlier this year.
But it's not common and not normal to go get a double bit axe and attack your neighbor.
Pikeville Police Department responded to a complaint on Island Creek in March.
He had a dispute with his neighbor. He had thrown some nails and things out in the driveway.
When the homeowner approached his neighbor, Barry Miller, about the issue, police say he was attacked.
Mr. Miller went and retrieved a double bit axe and attacked the victim, in this case, with the double bit axe.
They say the injuries were not life-threatening.
Mr. Miller fled into the woods and actually began to throw rocks and logs and other things at the officers whenever they arrived.
Miller was not found that night and is still on the run. There is now a warrant for his arrest and an indictment from the grand jury.
If he's willing to attack someone with an axe whenever he was confronted, he's not someone that I would recommend the public to go and confront.
Collins says anyone who knows Miller's whereabouts should contact law enforcement immediately. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Miller is charged with second-degree assault because of the weapon used. We do not currently have a photo of Miller, but we'll update this story on our website as soon as one is available. Hazard Mayor Happy Mobilini held a closed meeting yesterday afternoon to talk about how to help the homeless after a murder involving two people who stayed at Hazard's Hope House homeless shelter. He held the meeting to bring organizations who help the homeless together to discuss their services. They are lacking communication. The organizations discussed creating a brochure to connect their resources.
While one agency may specialize in something in particular, another organization may offer something that they often need and don't know where to turn to.
Now, Ben Fugit, president of the Hope House, said he is focused on the Hope House. He is trying to have it reopened this weekend. Now, loved ones gathered last night to remember the victim of that Perry County murder. Visitation for Marlena Hurt was held at the Ingle Bowling Funeral Home. Funeral services begin today at 2 at Consolidated Baptist Church. There will also be a candlelight vigil tonight at the Bobby Davis Park. New numbers for the Centers for Disease Control show a drop in overdose deaths last year for the first time in 3 decades. Provisional numbers from the CDC show across the country overdose deaths are down for the first time since 1990. And the CDC says overdose deaths here in Kentucky are down 15%. That is a difference of 233 people. Health leaders say a lot of factors have helped bring that number down, and the availability of Narcan is crucial.
Overdose and overdose deaths are at the far end of the spectrum. We need to move further upstream and work on preventing people from getting addicted to substances in the first place.
Health leaders say reducing the stigma of addiction can also encourage people to get the help that they need. State workers say their work will continue. Well, Delta Airlines says it will begin carrying a medication that reverses opioid overdose after the fact. The company made the decision to carry naloxone after a passenger tweeted that a man died aboard one of its flights. The passenger reportedly passed out in the bathroom with a needle in his arm during a flight, and flight attendants, a doctor, and passengers could not save him. Delta says naloxone will be available in emergency medical kits starting in the fall. Well, a permanent prescription drug disposal is being placed at the West Virginia Capitol, so people wanting to dispose of medication can do so all year. West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrisey announced the plan Wednesday and said it is in collaboration with the Capitol Police. Morrisey says the use of disposal sites can affect substance abuse rates by reducing the number of available pills. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Just ahead, a Texas woman announced she was cancer-free in a big way that led to some unintended property damage.
It is about to get very hot in the mountains. How hot will it be, and will there be any relief anytime soon? I'll have those details coming up next.